Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode, and it's a subject which, well, unfortunately many of you have to deal with, and it's running in the dark, running outside. And I've partnered up with LED Lenser. They have given me some headlights to review, and I will give you an insight in the next few minutes about the different strengths and weaknesses about the different headlamps. And I would love to start with the bigger ones, which might not be suited only for running, but they can be used for running as well. And then there are series where it's really focused on running, and then always the pros and cons. And we will do several segments where you see the exact name of the lamp, and you can switch between what's interesting for you, or you watch the entire video. So the first one which I'm going to present to you is the H7R Signature. It's a lamp which I wouldn't recommend purely for running, but if you want to have a lamp which might be suitable for running, but also for like work in the dark or something like that, this is really a great tool. It comes in with a lot of attachments and some nice features which you might not need for running, but which you might need for other stuff. To turn on the light is just here this button, and the button is also a regulator for how bright the lamp is. If you reach the maximum, it will blink once, and then you know that you are on the maximum. It comes with a nice battery pack which is detachable. For example, if you want to have the battery in a pocket so that you don't have to carry that much weight on the back of your head, and with a cable to ensure that you have enough cable to put it around your chest or your shoulder. It has some attachments to put on a helmet, for example, with some different attachments to stick it onto a helmet or wherever you want it to be. It comes with a Bluetooth connection so that you can control actually the lamp from your phone. To charge the battery, you have this magnetic charging system which you can only attach to the battery and it will charge automatically. You have also a charging port in the case, which is quite handy to have. Some technical features. It has 1200 lumen, which equals to a distance of 260 meters. On the focused beam. If you turn it low to 15 lumen, it has a runtime of 65 hours, and on the boost mode 3.5 hours. The next one would be the H7R Work. It's almost the same, but it is a little less strong. It only has 1000 lumen, which is super bright, but it is an addition to really work and to attach, for instance, to a helmet with this silicone band so that it won't slip from your helmet. Other than that, you have again some attachments to attach it to other places, and you have the charging port, exactly the same magnetic charging system. It's a little bit heavier because the battery pack is shockproof, so that's also the Work edition. You have also a warm light attachment so that the LED is actually converted to a warmer, more not such an aggressive light. Maybe you know the LED lights which are quite bright and whitish, and this makes it a little warmer and more pleasant to the eye. So this one goes to, as already mentioned, to 1000 lumen in the boost mode. This equals to 250 meters in distance. In the boost mode, it goes to 4 hours of battery life, and in the lowest light with 15 lumen, which is still good enough to work a little bit indoors, it goes to 60 hours, which is, yeah, again, an amazing battery life. The next two lamps I'm going to present to you are really specific for running, and it's one's the Neo10R and the MH10. They are exactly the same. The only difference is how they attach the battery pack. One is horizontal and one is vertical. So it's a personal preference. For me, this one works better because I tend to have a running hat on and it's more convenient like this. but in this one you feel the weight less. But anyway, for me, both of these come in really, I don't feel the weight that much. I have friends who have told me, okay, it's a little bit heavy for them on the head, but I have an option for that one as well. The headlights are exactly the same. Again, they come with the focus. You just turn in the front and you will have a nice focus. You have different modes, a boost mode, an intermediate light and a low light. And yeah, a really cool feature about these is that you can actually exchange the battery. With this little device I have already for a really long time. It's a battery pack by LED Lenser, which you can use as a power bank as well. And I have it in my car or in my sports bag, so if I run out of batteries because I simply forgot to charge it, because the battery life is so long, so you have a tendency to forget to charge them, you can just take one of these batteries out and put it in the battery here in this battery pack. You just close it again and you're good to go again. To charge these, both of these, they do it exactly the same way. You just put in a USB cable and you wait until this little red light turns green, and then you know the battery is full. There are a few attachments which come with them. I haven't used them for running because I don't have the need for it, but you have a green light and a red light filter which you just can put over the lamp and it's done. You're good to go. In the boost mode you have 600 lumen, in the mid power range you have 250 lumen, and in the low power you have 10 lumen. So in the boost mode you have 10 hours of battery life, in the mid range you have 15 hours, and in the low power you have 120 hours of battery life, which again might be enough to run an ultra trail or whatever distance you need, you will easily cover an entire night with. The next one is the Neo10R. It's for me the best if you just run in a city. It's really small, really lightweight, and you have an adjustable tilt. So if you have a different head position, you can tilt the light, which you might not know until someone tells you, because it's a little bit harder to find. It's well covered. You have again a USB charging port, which is behind the silicone, because you have a tendency to sweat while running and they want to avoid it to get wet. You have also a really wide range for the LED to shine, so your vision of brightness will be really wide, which is something really great if you run in a group or something like that. Another feature which is really good if you run in the city and you want to avoid to shine in other people's eyes and have them really annoyed, actually, because it's that bright. You have a chest mount so that your LED actually doesn't shine from your head but from your chest, so you can easily talk with people while running, or when you make a little break, you can easily talk to them without really shining them straight into their eyes, which is also really convenient to do in the city. It might not be as bright as the previous ones, but for running on a tarmac where you don't have to pay attention on every little stone, or for instance trail running, this is really enough from the brightness point of view. And for sure it has the big advantage that it's much lighter than all the options I showed you before. It has a power of 240 lumen and it will run with 240 lumen for 6 hours. In the low power it still has 20 lumen and it runs for 40 hours. And lastly, just a little tool which might be really fun for your kids if you buy yourself a headlight. They want one for sure as well. It's really small. It's the kit LED 4R, and it's surprisingly strong. It's really small. It has a nice handy adjustable band, and it has some nice features with a blue light and a red light where the kids can play. It has a rechargeable battery as well. It charges with an USB, which is an accessory which comes along with the package, so it's also really handy to use. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it and you got some information about some LED Lenser headlights. If you have any questions, I will for sure answer them. As mentioned, this is my favorite, the MH10. But if you have a question, don't hesitate, write it in the comments below. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and see you in the next episode. Okay. You are the bosses. I am just the face.